New work file. As usual, new work file, because the data is daily data, we do daily, 7 days. This is 7 days, not 5 days. 5 days data normally for stock market, maybe exchange rate, but daily data 7 means that every day you have the data. COVID, every day you have the data. There's no holiday for COVID at that time. Right? No holiday. Right? So when is the start date? If you refer back to the data, the start date is actually on 24th. But I'll start. I can start with 25th. No problem. Right? Start with 25th. Let's do this forecasting. Right? 25th. Yeah, you can read like that. You can read like this, or you can put the stroke 25th, stroke 1, and so on and so on. You can read, no problem. You don't have to write full. You understand? It's quite, 2020. And then end period. This is the interesting part. End period, I will put the date today. Because I want to forecast until today. So 31st October 2023. Right? And then we click OK, it will come out. So you understand. Although I just put the short form, you understand. It's from January 25th, 2020 to 31st October 2023. And the sample size or the range of the sample is actually 1,376. That's big. So now we want to put in the data. Of course, copy and paste the easiest way other than dragging. So a lot of data here, but I will use this data, this B column called new case. This just for exercise in this class. New cases, I'll put this one. I will put up here. Here normally, as last semester, we go quick, empty group. Yang ikut sama boleh tak? Tak? Kamu tak ikut? Slow sikit. Ni sampai dia 5 sudah. Right? So, I hope you have done this part. Those of you who follow me slowly, no problem. This part, this important part, where you have the range here, the sample range, the range and the sample, I will show to you few things, extra things that we don't do last semester. So we go quick, empty group. You come out with this thing as last semester. You copy and paste. I already copied just now, so I just paste here, or maybe if you don't want, you just paste here. You come out this data. If you check this data, of course, there's a lot of not available because the data only ended up last year. We don't have the data this year. That's what we want to do. We want to forecast this year. We do some forecasting this year. So the first part, so I've written up here, the first thing we want to do is ACF. And what is ACF and PACF in this word? In this regards is that we want to understand that properties. We want to understand the properties of the variable. That's why we do ACF and DACF. But to do ACF and DACF, we have to change the sample size. The range of the sample here. The range of the sample here, we have to change. How we do that? This one you can do actually very useful for you to do sub-sample if you want to do that for your FYP. When I say sub-sample means that, for example, you have the full sample. Full sample means that you have the full data, 50 years data, but you want to do 20 years, 20 years. So you have one estimation 50 years, one estimation 20 years, the other estimation 20 years, and then you compare. Again, that's why the reason behind your sample must be big enough. If you have small sample, you cannot do that. Here we have very big sample because it's daily data. The sample is 1,300, although it's only 3 years data. Right? Different because it's daily data. Sample size is huge. So to do SCF, PSCF, I change the sample. How to change sample? There's a word sample there. This one I never show you last semester. Keep it for now. Sample. The sample here, if you click here, you come up here. Here is add all. The small letter word is add all, right? If you see in your own computer, you click on that part. Add all here. I delete this thing off. I put like this. I follow this format. I follow this format up here. Follow this format up here. See the format up here we follow. So first 25, then 2020, and we have what's the last date just now? 10, 30, 2022. The data that we have, the rest of it from 2022 October 30th until now is the one that we want to focus. But the first model that we want to do here is about understanding the variable first. So to understand the variable, we use SCF, PSCF, we need to have the data there, not missing data, not available data. That's why I changed the sample. But it can be done. You don't have to open another work file for that. It can be done. Like I told you, this is very important. You have a very large data. You have to check before crisis, after crisis, before COVID, after COVID. Do all in one file. You don't have to, before COVID, another file. After COVID, another file. Who confuse you? Like you have a lot of WhatsApp group. Just one group enough. So many, right? You click on this one, this will change. You see here, this is changed. The sample now changed. The range still the same, 1,300. The sample now changed only to 1,010, 1010, right? Because that's the data we have. Okay? To make you understand, to let you understand what is happening here. What is happening here. Boleh? Those of you who follow it can. Are you there? Alright. So the next thing we need to do after you have this data or any data that you do, but in this, if you use this data, new case, of course you need to open this thing first. Open up, double click this variable. This is the data that we have. I don't want to plot this anymore. We have done this a lot last semester. So the straight away to SCF, PSCF, I just redo it. SCF, PSCF, where is it? Go to view. You see this view. If I click on this, I go this view, I will see different view. I think you realized that last semester already. Mana variables saya? So go to the view, graph everything. Where is SCF, PSCF? It's not written at all. Where is SCF, PSCF? You have to discover one by one. But then again, easy to remember. This is SCF, PSCF. This is called correlogram. Not correlation, but it's correlogram. Correlogram is PSCF and SCF. They don't write there. There's no PSCF or SCF inside the view. Right click on this one. You see here, it says level, first different, second different. This one corresponding to this one later. This part here later. But we do level first. Correlogram for level. Like to include is, you still remember the T minus I, T minus K, and so on. Then if you suggested 36, is it? Yeah, 36. No, I want to increase more. I put here, I think maximum EView can do up to 200. So I put 200, if I'm not mistaken. Because yesterday I put 500, they tak keluar. Double. So 200, like to include 200. So means that T minus 200. Up to T minus 200, from T minus 1 up to T minus 200. And then we click OK. You click OK, this is the result. Out. You make it big, you see here the pattern. See the pattern here? So based on this result, as we discussed just now, based on this result, is this stationary or non-stationary? This is non-stationary. Because if stationary, these two will be the same. Alright? Okay? So this is non-stationary. So what we need to do, we need to tag first different. Need to tag first different here. So we need to tag first different, so we repeat the process. We go back to view, we go back to choreogram, we go back to first different. Here 200 you put there. We need to go back to first difference here. See, level and first different. You need here, and then after that, you click OK. When you click OK, you see the pattern now? It's the same, right? Now you can confirm, says that this variable called new cases is actually this one. This is the pattern. We support this one. So this is, this is the characteristic of the new case. And to make the things more interesting is that if I write back here, where's my? Sorry, I kasih video kamu. Kita mau masuk video, suara boleh ya? Kalau boleh. Right. So I write here that basically, if we know this one is 1, then we come back to our understanding of Arima. Right. This I, M, A, and this one understanding coming back to the P, D, and Q. Q lah, Q. What's the P, D, Q is the number, the model, whether it's 0, 1, 0, 0, 2, 0, and something. So we know here now is 1. We do not know these 2 yet. Not yet. This is the second part. The first part here to understand this thing first. So here is 1. Okay? Now we confirm it already. So it's 1. So we settle it here. This is the first part settled. So we know that this is the I1 variable. I write here I1 variable. Up here, I1 variable. So we stop here. No problem, we stop here. This is ACF, BACF. Stop here. You can close this thing down, no problem. So the second step that we need to do, and we need to change back our sample for the second step because we want to do forecasting now. We're going into Arima after this, in a while. So we need to change the sample. How to change back the sample? Just write at all that. Like how EViews teach us to write. You just write at all, means that everything. If you want to write subsample, then you write out the sample, following their format. What is their format? You read up there. That's their format. You want to write, you want to change anything here following this format. Don't use your own format. EViews might not be able to read. Might not be lah, maybe you can. But to be safe, you just follow the format. If at all means everything. So you change back here, because this second step is to forecast. At all will be everything. You see, come back again, 1376 until today. Yeah? The date is until today. So second step, forecasting. Arima. Arima forecasting. Arima forecasting, the second steps. Right? The second step. So how to do that? Same thing. You need to open the data. Open the data. I know this is ACF, PACF, it's okay, no problem. If you don't like to see ACF and PACF, how to change this? It can be changed. Go to view, go to spreadsheet. You go back to the data. Tahu kan? Sekarang tahu. Dia hilang lagi, tak apa, dia akan keluar lagi. You double click on that data, it will come out. So what we need to do here, now we want to forecast the new cases for COVID-19 from 2022 October up to today. We try to forecast. You see how to do that. How to do that? We go prompt. Now kita tak pergi view. Masih ada choreogram of course. We go PROC, which is procedure. Go prompt, You see here got automatic Arima forecasting, which actually if you look into your ellipse, I share one video from eViews itself how to do this. eViews have the tutorial video actually. Actually you can refer to a lot in eViews video officially for the tutorial. Don't refer to anyone other video yang you see YouTube except for mine. eViews original video is good to teach you how to estimate certain things. I also refer to them because they are the one to create the program. Right? So automatic Arima forecasting, click here. Now this is the interesting part. The interesting, very interesting part here. I have to be a bit inside here. Arima specification, you have the AR. This is the AR, the MA. This is the maximum difference